Hello, welcome to this month's Q&A with Dr. Megan Rose. That's me. This month's question is, what is the difference between having a relationship with a separate entity or spirit and having a relationship with your anima or animus or perhaps higher self as part of the individuation process? This is such a great question. And it really stems from, I think, a few different things. One is where you situate yourself. If you are taking a purely psychological approach to your work and your practice, then you could look at it as all being an aspect of you. Or more accurately, you might say that we are nested within constellations of intelligences and energies and beingness, that we are a particular manifestation of, I like to think of it as, you are the fingertip reaching into creation, and the deity or the divine or Gaia or cosmos is the body of which you are a unique expression of. And so to have a relationship with one's higher self or anima-animus, doing that integration work, could look like having a devoted, loving relationship with the divine masculine, the divine feminine, the divine other. And in some traditions, there is a way in which those are much more concrete and personified as deities. And those traditions work with them as separate deities and separate entities. And both are fine and appropriate and work as part of individuation or stepping into bonded, committed relationships. And so, it's a little cheeky, a little tongue-in-cheek when we talk about otherworldly relationships, because that it might be that we conceive of those relationships as us nested within the greater being of that intelligence, which that intelligence is nested within the greater being of earth, sea, sky, cosmos, wherever the spirit that you're working with is originating from. And it might be that we see that as wholly separate and wholly other than ourselves. And I think really what it comes down to is, what is your preference? What is your orientation? Or if you're working within a tradition, what is the tradition that you're working in, and how do they constellate it? How do they configure? And so there is no one right, true, or only way of working with non-physical consciousness or non-physical being. And I would say that even though we're talking about aspects of the self, there's a way in which those aspects are numinous, right? They're part of the mystery of who we are, sometimes wholly us, and sometimes part of a greater expression when we're talking about the work with the divine self. So I hope that it's not really an answer. I will be honest with you, because that it is very nuanced, and it is very much about how you want to and how you choose to orient your psychospirituality. But I hope that gives you a little greater understanding, and perhaps seasons your own inquiry a little bit deeper. And if you want to dive deeper into questions of otherworldly or non-ordinary relationships, numinous relationships like these, please join my Spirit Marriage public Facebook group, where I'm collecting these questions and ticking them off little by little each month. And also consider my Spirit Marriage Group Deepening program, where you can really go deep in a very safe and secure cauldron with some other like-minded and groovy folks. All right, much love. See you next month.